Here's good.
All right.
Say, I'm awfully sorry about the stairs.
So, you're really gonna live up here, huh? I mean, every day?
Every day.
You don't mind?
Mind it. I love this apartment. Though it does discourage people.
What people?
Mothers, friends, relatives. Mothers, I mean, nobody just pops in on you when you have to climb 5 flights.
You're a newlywed, right?
6 days, what gave me away?
I once watched my line a lot. Hold on. Hello? Hey, yeah, this is Eldorado 58191. Give me a straight check.
Is that my number? Eldorado 58191? It has a nice sound, hasn't it?
It's a beautiful number. Yep. We're done? All right. Well, you got your phone. And as my mother would say, may your first call be from the sweepstakes.
Wow, my very own phone. Gives you a sense of power, doesn't it? Can I make a call yet?
Your bill started 2 minutes ago.
Who can I call? Oh, I know.
By the way, my name is Harry Peppers. So, if you ever have any trouble with this phone, please do me a favor. And never ask for Harry Peppers. What's the matter? Bad news?
It's going to be cloudy tonight with a light snow.
Hey, and just think, you'll be the first one in the city to see it fall.
Ooh, please let that be the furniture and not Paul, so Paul can see the apartment with the furniture. Yes!
It's me!
Oh, hi, Paul. I guess you'll see the apartment without the furniture.
How long did you say you were married?
6 days.
You won't notice the place is empty till June. Well, your number is Eldorado 58191. Have a nice marriage, and may you soon have many extensions. Oh, back down.
Corie, it didn't seem like 6 flights when I first saw the apartment. Why is that?
That's because you didn't see the apartment. Don't you remember? The woman wasn't home. You saw the 3rd floor apartment.
And that's why.
You don't like it. You really don't like it.
I do like it. I'm just waiting for my eyes to clear first.
I expected you to walk in here and say, wow.
I will, okay? Wow.
Oh, Paul, it'll be beautiful. I promise you. You just came home too soon.
You know I missed you?
Did you really?
Right in the middle of the Monday morning.
That's marvelous. Oh, let's take a cab back to the plaza. We still have an hour before checkout time.
We can't. We took a towel and 2 ashtrays.
My gosh, you still love me.
After 6 days at the plaza, what's the trick?
Oh, but that was a honeymoon. Now we're on a regular schedule. I thought you'd come home, we'd shake hands, and start the marriage.
How do you do?
For a lawyer, you're some good kisser.
For a kisser, I'm some good lawyer.
What does that mean?
Well, it's not positive yet. The office is supposed to call and let me know in 5 minutes.
Oh, they called.
What?
I mean, they're calling.
When?
No, they're on the phone now.
Where?
There.
Why didn't you tell me?
I forgot. You kissed me and got me all crazy.
Frank? Yeah. Listen, what's it? Oh, very funny. For a lawyer, I'm some good kisser. Come on. Come. Tell me. Well, you're kidding. The whole thing? Ah, Frank, baby, I love you. What do you mean nervous? I passed the bar, didn't I? Yes, I'll go over everything. Tonight, I'll meet you in Shraff's at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hey, what kind of a tie do I wear? I don't know. I thought something flowing like Oliver Weldon Holmes. Right. Did you hear? Did you hear?
What about tonight?
I've got to be in court tomorrow morning. I've got my first case.
That's wonderful. I just thought we'd have tonight together.
I'll have to go over the briefs. Marshall wants me to take over with Frank, but it's really my case. Oh, Corie, baby, I'm going to be a lawyer.
That's wonderful. But why don't we spend tonight together?
We'll spend tomorrow night together. I hope I brought those affidavits.
I brought a black nightgown.
Marshall had everything laid out at the office. It looks simple enough. A furrier is suing a woman for non-payment of bills.
Then I was going to cook spaghetti with the white clam sauce in a bikini.
He made 4 specially tailored coats for this woman on Park Avenue. Now, she doesn't want the coats.
Then I found this really cool thing on 8th Street. It's a crossword puzzle with dirty words.
But he can't get rid of the coats. She's only 4'8". He'd have to sell them to a rich little girl.
Then I was going to put on a record and perform an authentic Cambodian fertility dance.
The only trouble is, he didn't have a signed coat. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get you to notice me, and you're summing up for the jury. Our whole marriage is over.
I'm sorry, Corie. I guess I'm pretty excited. You want me to be rich and famous, don't you?
During the day. At night, I want you here with me.
I will. just as soon as Burbomb vs. Gump is over. I'll tell you what, tomorrow night is your night. We'll do whatever you want.
Something wild, insane, and crazy?
I promise.
Oh, also, the rest of the furniture is supposed to arrive around 5, they promised.
5? It's 5:30. What do we do, sleep in Bloomingdale's night?
They'll be here, Paul. They're probably just stuck in traffic.
And what about tonight? I've got to be in court in the morning. Maybe we should check in a hotel?
We just checked out of a hotel. I don't care if our furniture doesn't come. I'm sleeping in my apartment tonight.
There's only room for one in the bathtub. Where's the bathtub?
There is no bathtub.
No bathtub?
There's a shower.
How am I going to take a bath?
You won't take a bath, you'll take a shower.
Corie, I don't like showers. I like baths. Corie, how am I going to take a bath?
You'll sit down in the shower and stick your feet into the sink. I'm sorry, there's no bathtub, Paul.
Boy, of all the nights, it's freezing in here. Isn't there any heat?
Of course there's heat. We have a radiator.
The radiator's the coolest thing in the room. I'll call the landlord.
He's not home.
Where is he?
In Florida. There's a handyman that comes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
You mean we freeze on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays?
He'll be here in the morning, Paul.
Fine, I'll check if the windows are closed.
Oh, they're closed. I looked.
Why is it windy in here?
How can there be wind in a closed room?
How is this for an answer? There's a hole in the skylight.
Oh, gee. I didn't see that before, did you?
I didn't see the apartment before.
It'll be all right, Paul. It'll be fixed soon. We could just plug it up with something for tonight.
How? How? That's 20 feet high. We'd have to fly over in a plane and drop something in.
It's only for one night. Besides, it's not even that cold.
In February? Do you know what it's like at 3 o'clock in the morning in February? Ice cold freezing.
It's not going to be freezing. I called the weather bureau. It's going to be cloudy tonight with the lights.
What? Like what?
Snow.
It's gonna snow in here? Tonight?
They're wrong as often as they're right.
I'm gonna be shoveling snow in my own living room.
It's a little hole.
Honestly, with that hole, it could drop 6-foot drifts in the bathroom. Honestly, Corie, I don't understand how you could be so calm about this.
Well, what is it you want me to do?
Go to pieces, like me. It's only natural.
I've got a better idea. I'll keep you warm tonight, and there's no charge for electricity.
I can see I haven't got much of a law career ahead of me.
Good. I hope we starve and they find us dead up here in each other's arms.
Frozen skinny lovers found on 48th Street.
Are we in love again?
We're in love again. We gotta sleep in the office.
She'll freeze to death. She'll sit there in her fur coat and freeze to death.
I don't get you, Corie. 5 minutes ago, this is the Garden of Eden. Now it's suddenly Canary Row.
She doesn't understand, Paul. She has a different set of values. She's practical. She's not young like us.
Well, I'm 26 and cold as hell.
Corie! Up here, Mother, top floor. Paul, promise me one thing. Don't tell her about the rent. If she asks, just tell her you're not quite sure yet.
Not sure what my rent is? I have to know what my rent is. I'm a college graduate.
Can't you lie a little for me? You don't have to tell her it's $125.
All right, how much is it?
60?
What?
65?
Corie.
75, all right? $75.63 a month, including gas and electricity. She'll believe that, won't she?
Anyone would believe that. It's the 125 that's hard to swallow.
She's taking an awful long time. I hope she's all right.
I can't lie about the stairs. She's gonna figure out 6 flights all by herself.
Shh, she's here.
Just promise me one thing, Corie. Don't let her stay too long, because I've got a case in court in the morning.
I know. Mother!
Hello, Mom!
I can't breathe.
Take it easy, Mom.
I can't catch my
You
breath.
should have rested.
I did, but there was always more stairs.
Paul, help her.
Come on, Mom.
Would you like a glass of water?
Later, I can't swallow yet.
Here, sit down.
Oh my.
Mother, it's not that high.
I know, what is it really, 9 flights?
5. We don't count the stoop.
I didn't think I'd make it. If I'd have known the people on the 3rd floor, I would have gone and visited them instead.
This is a pleasant surprise, Mother.
Well, I had no intention of coming up, but I thought, since I had a luncheon in Westchester, I might as well stop in for a few minutes.
We were going to invite you over on Friday.
Friday, that's Good Friday. I'm not going to stay now. I know you two must be very busy.
Well, as a matter of
No,
fact...
we're not. Are we, Paul?
Besides, Aunt Harriet is ringing the bell for me in a few minutes. Just one good look around, that's all. I'm not sure I'm coming back.
Well, I wish you would have waited an hour later, after the furniture arrived.
Don't worry, I've got a marvelous imagination.
Well?
Oh, Corie, it's beautiful.
You hate it.
It's a charming apartment, really. I love it.
You can't really tell like this.
I'm crazy about it.
This isn't your kind of apartment. I knew you wouldn't like it.
I love it. Paul, didn't I say I loved
She
it?
said she loved it.
I knew I said it.
Do you really, Mother? I mean, are you absolutely crazy in love with it?
Oh, yes, it's very cute. And there's so much you can do with it.
I told you she hated it.
Corey, you don't give a person a chance. At least let me see the whole apartment.
This is the whole apartment.
It's nice. Large room.
There's a bedroom.
Where?
In there. That's the bedroom. It's really just a dressing room, but I plan on using it as a bedroom.
Oh, it's wonderful. You could just fit a bed in there.
That's right.
A double bed.
No, an oversized single.
Oh, they're nice, and where will Paul sleep?
With me.
And an oversized single?
I'm sure you'll be very comfortable. It's a wonderful idea. Very clever.
Thank you.
Except you can't get to the closet.
Yes, you can.
Without climbing over the bed.
No, you have to climb over the bed.
That's a great idea.
Everything's just temporary. As they say in my calls, it won't really take shape until the bride's own personality becomes more clearly defined.
I think it's very you right now. And what's in here? The bathroom. No bathtub? You really have quite a lot in here for one space. And where's the kitchen? Oh, there it is. I'm sure you'll be eating out a lot your first year.
No, we're never eating out. It's big enough to make spaghetti and things.
What's things?
It's a dish I like to make called things. Honestly, Mother, we won't starve.
I know, dear. It's cold in here. Do you feel a draft?
Stand over here, Mom.
What you need is a drink.
Oh, not for me. I'm leaving in a few minutes.
She's leaving in a few minutes.
She can stay for one drink.
You really have quite a lot you can do in here. Lots of wall space. What color are you going to paint it?
It's painted.
Very attractive.
Wow, you're really serious.
I've got to go.
She can stay for one drink. Paul, why don't you run down and get the scotch?
All right, I'll stay for just one drink.
Good, I'll get the scotch.
Button up, dear. It's cold.
I've noticed that.
Oh, and get some cheese.
Paul, I just wanted to give my fella a kiss and wish him luck before he goes. Mwah. Your new home is absolutely beautiful. It's a perfect little apartment.
Thanks, Mom.
Then do you like it?
Like it? Where else can you find something like this for $75.63 a month?
Well,
Oh, Corey, I'm so excited for you.
it isn't exactly what you pictured, is it, Mother?
Well, it is unusual. Like you. When you were a little girl, you said you wanted to live on the moon. I thought you were joking. Anyway, what about Paul? What does he think about all of this?
He's happy with me. I think that's the same thing. Why?
I worry about you too. You're so impulsive. You jump into life. Paul's like me, he looks first.
He doesn't look, he stares. That's the trouble with both of you. Oh, Mother, you don't know how much I dreaded you coming up here. I was sure you'd think I was completely out of my mind.
Why should you think that, dear?
Well, it's the first thing I've ever done on my own without your help.
If you wanted it, I'm sure you would have asked for it. But you didn't, and I completely understand.
I hope you do, Mother.
Corey, you mustn't think I'm hurt. I'm not hurt.
I didn't think you were.
You mustn't think I'm hurt. I don't get hurt over things like that.
I'm so glad.
Corey, I'm not hurt. You know what? I think I'd like to be a grandmother.
Grandmother, what's your rush? I mean, underneath that army uniform, you're still a young and vital woman. Do you know what I think you really need?
Yes, and I don't want to hear it.
Because you're afraid to hear the truth?
It's not the truth I'm afraid to hear, it's the words you're going to use.
You're darn right I'm going to use that word. It's love.
Oh, thank you.
A week ago, I didn't know what it meant. And then I checked into the plaza for 6 wonderful days. And do you know what happened to me there?
I promised myself I wouldn't ask.
I found love. Spiritual, emotional, and physical love. And I don't think anyone on earth should be without it.
I'm not, I have you.
I don't mean that kind of love. I'm talking about Lynn and
I know what you're talking about.
Don't you even want to talk about it?
Not with you in the room, I don't.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going back home to New Jersey to give myself a Tony self-home permanent. Corey, I appreciate your concern, really, but I am very happy with the way I am.
I'll be the judge of who's happy.
Oh, Paul, you shouldn't have run just for me. Oh, and there's Harriet. I've got to go.
Some visit.
Just a sneak preview. I'll be back on Friday for the world premiere. Good night, Paul. I'm so sorry. Goodbye, love. I'll be back on Friday. Thank you, Geronimo!
Do you know we have some of the greatest weirdos in the country?
Really?
Right here, in this house?
Really, like who?
Mr. Blasco. Victor Blasco. He lives in apartment 6A.
Where's 6A?
Attic! It's an attic! He also skis and climbs mountains, and he's known as the Bluebeard of 48th Street.
What does that mean?
Well, it either means that he's a practicing girl attacker or he's a man with a blue beard. I'll tell you this, it's not going to be a dull 2 years.
Where are you going?
I'm going to stand in the bedroom and work. I've got to pay for all this color and charm. If anything comes up, like the furniture or the heat, just let me know. Just let me know.
Can't I come in and watch you? Hey, Paul, I'm lonesome and scared.
I beg your pardon. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I don't usually do this sort of thing, but I find myself in a rather embarrassing position, and I could use your help. My name is Velasco, Victor Velasco.
Oh, yes, you live in the attic.
Yes, that's right. Have we met?
No, not yet.
Oh. Well, you see, I wanted to use your bedroom.
My bedroom?
Yes, you see, I can't get into my apartment, and I wanted to use your window. I'll just crawl along the ledge.
Oh, so you've lost your keys.
Nope. I have my keys. I lost my money. I'm 4 months behind in rent.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. I mean, it's right in the middle of winter.
You'll learn in this middle-income prison camp that we have a rat fink for a landlord. You don't have hot coffee, do you? I'd be glad to pay you for it.
No, we just moved in.
Really? So what are you, a folk singer?
No, a wife. Nothing's arrived yet.
Oh. You know, of course, that you're unbearably pretty. What's your name?
Corie. This is Corie Bratter.
You're still unbearably pretty. I may fall in love with you by 7 o'clock. I see the rat fink left a hole in your skylight.
Oh, yes, we've just noticed that, but he'll fix it, won't he?
I wouldn't count on it. My bathtub's been around since 1945. Does your husband work during the day?
Yes, why?
I just like to see what my odds are, since I am home during the day. Am I making you nervous?
Very nervous.
Good. Once a month, I like to make young, pretty girls nervous just to keep my ego from going out. I'll say you a lot of things. I'm 56 years old and a thoroughly nice fellow.
Except I heard you were 58 years old, and if you're knocking off 2 years, I'm nervous all over again.
Not only pretty, but bright. I wish I were 10 years old.
Older.
Yes, you see, 30 old men seem to get away with a lot more. I'm still at the very awkward stage. How long have you been married?
6 days.
In love?
Very much.
Damn.
What's wrong?
Under my present state of financial duress, I was hoping to be invited down soon for a free meal. But with newlyweds, I could starve to death.
Oh, well, we'd love to have you over as soon as we get set up.
I hate journalizations. When?
When? Well, Friday. Is that all right?
Perfect! I'll be famished. I didn't plan on eating Thursday.
Oh, no, wait. On Friday night, Yes, Friday night will be fine.
It's a date. I'll bring the wine. You can pay me for it when I get here. Which reminds me, you're invited to my cocktail party tonight, 10 o'clock. You do drink, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Good. Bring liquor. I'll see you tonight at 10.
If I don't freeze to death first.
Oh, you don't know about the plumbing, do you? Everything in this museum works backwards. For example, it says important. Turn right. So you turn left.
Hey, Corie, when are they going to get here with...
I thought you said you worked during the day.
Oh, Paul, this is Mr. Velasco. He was just showing me how the radiator works.
Victor Velasco. I'm 58 years old and a thoroughly nice fellow.
Hello.
Mr. Velasco was just telling me how all the plumbing works backwards.
That's right. An important thing to remember is to flush up. And with that choice bit of information, I will make my departure.
Where's he going?
Oh, don't forget Friday!
What's he doing in the bedroom? What about Friday?
He's coming to dinner.
That went out the window.
Hello, operator.
Corie, did you hear what I said? There's no
My mother, on Friday night, she's going to dinner with that one.
Quite dainty little woman and the Count of Monte Cristo? You must be kidding.
Why?
You've seen his apartment. He wears Japanese kimonos and sleeps on rugs. Your mother wears a hairnet and sleeps on a board.
What's that got to do with it?
Everything. He skis and climbs mountains, and the only way into his apartment is up a ladder or across the ledge. I don't really think he's looking for a good cook with a bad back.
The possibility of anything permanent never occurred to me.
Permanent? We're lucky if we get past 7 o'clock.
That's her. Now you've got me worried. What do we do?
She's too late. She's already here. I could put a few Nutribles in his drink. It won't stop him, but it could slow him down. Damn, that was fast. Hello, Mom.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Are you all right? Do you want something to drink?
I'll be all right. Just a little out of breath. I had to park the car 6 blocks away. Then it started to rain, so I had to run for the last 2 blocks. Then my heel got caught in a subway grating, so I pulled my foot out and stepped in a puddle. Then a cab went by and splashed my stockings. If the hardware store downstairs was open, I was going to buy a knife and kill myself.
You must be exhausted.
I just like to crawl myself into bed and cry myself to sleep.
Maybe you'd like to lay down?
Now she can lie down now.
Corey's right. I can't lie down without my board. What I'd like to do now is see the apartment.
That's right. You haven't seen it with its clothes on, have you?
Oh, Corie. Corie!
You don't like it.
Like it, it's magnificent and in less than a week.
Come take a look at the bedroom.
Oh yes, that's what I want to do. Look at the bedroom. Were you able to fit the bed in? Oh, it fits just, doesn't it?
Just. We have to turn in unison.
And were you able to find a way to get to the closet?
Oh, we decided not to use the closet for a while.
Really? Don't you need the space?
Not as much as we need the clothes. It's flooded.
The closet flooded.
It was an accident. Mr. Velasco left his bathtub running.
Mr. Velasco. Oh, the man upstairs.
Oh, then you know about Mr. Velasco?
Oh, yes. Corie had me on the phone for 2 hours.
Did you know he's been married 3 times?
Yes. If I were you, dear, I'd sleep with a gun.
Well, there's just one thing I want to say about this evening.
Not before we've had a drink. Mother, why don't we toast to our new home?
Well, I can't refuse that.
To the wonderful life ahead of us all.
And to the best sport I've ever seen, your mother.
And to 2 wonderful people that I'm so glad to be seeing again tonight. Your mother and father.
My what?
Your mother and father.
What about my mother and father?
Corie, isn't that what you said? We're having dinner with them tonight?
Is that right, Corie? Is that what you said?
Well, if I told you it was a blind date with Mr. Velasco, I couldn't have blasted you out of your house, now could I?
A blind date. With Mr. Velasco. The one that... Good God!
You didn't even tell your own mother?
I was going to tell you the truth.
It's
Corie!
1 minute to 7. That's
How
cutting it
could
pretty
you-
thin, isn't it?
Corie, how could you do this to me of all the people in the world?
I don't see what you're making such a big fuss about. He's just a man.
My accountant's just a man. You make him seem like Douglas Fairbanks Jr.
Looks nothing like Douglas Fairbanks Jr., does he, Paul?
No, he just jumps like him.
I'm not even dressed.
You look fine, Mother.
For Paul's parents, I want to look clean. He'll think I'm a nurse.
Mother, you'll have a perfectly nice evening. He's a sweet, charming, and intelligent man. If you'll just relax, you'll have a perfectly nice evening, I promise. Besides, it's too late. He's here.
Oh no.
Now, don't get too excited.
You could say I'm the cleaning woman. Give me $5 and I'll sweep up the table.
Can I open the door
Stay
now?
here. Not yet. Mother, your hair in the back.
What? What's wrong with my hair?
I fixed it. It's all right now.
Is there something wrong with my hair?
There's a man standing out there.
Wait, Paul. Now, Mother, the only thing I suggest is, well, try to go along with everything.
What do you mean? Where are we going?
I don't know, but wherever it is, just relax and be one of the fellows.
One of what fellows?
I mean, don't worry about your stomach.
Oh, my stomach.
Can I open the door now?
Yes, you can.
Oh, hello, Mr. Velasco. Come on in.
Who's he, Muddling?
No, it's Paul.
I know. I was saying hello in Chinese.
Oh, hello.
Corie!
Mr. Velasco. Mwah, mwah.
Ravishing.
What does that mean?
Ravishing. That's English.
Paul, why don't you do the honors?
Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Velasco, I'd like you to meet Corey's mother, Miss Spinks. Mom, I'd like you to meet our new neighbor, Mr. Velasco.
How do you do?
Mrs. Banks. I've been looking forward so to meeting you. I invite Corie to my cocktail party to spend the entire evening speaking of nothing but you.
Oh.
Well, are we ready to go out for dinner?
You mean we're going out?
Oh, we had a fire in our stove.
What happened?
Nothing. We just turned it on.
How about it, Mother? Are you hungry?
Not terribly, no.
Paul, you're the host. Suggest some place.
How about Marty's on 47th Street?
Marty's, that barn. You get a cow and a baked potato. What kind
I'm
of suggestion
sorry.
was that?
I didn't know it was a trick question.
Tonight's supposed to be something special. Mr. Velasco, you must know someplace different and unusual.
Unusual. Yes, I know a very unusual place. It's the best food in New York, but I'm somewhat hesitant to suggest.
Oh, please. How about it, Mother? Are you feeling adventurous?
You know me, one of the fellows.
There you are. We place the evening in your hands.
A delightful proposition. For dinner, we go to the Four Winds.
Oh, the Chinese restaurant on 53rd Street?
No, the Albanian restaurant in Staten Island.
Staten Island!
Doesn't it sound wild, Mother?
Yes, wild.
I love it already.
Don't expect anything lavish in the way of decor, but Ouzo will take care of the atmosphere.
Who's Uzu?
It's a Greek liquor, deceptively powerful. I'll only allow you one.
Oh, thank you.
Sounds perfect. Let's go.
It'll be murder getting a cab now.
I'll worry about the transportation. All you have to do is pick up the check.
Oh, Mother has her car.
You see, my job is done. Mrs. Banks?
Mr. Velasco, don't you wear a coat?
Only in the winter.
It's 35.
For 25, I wear a coat. For 35. Ready? My group stay close to me. If anyone gets lost, we'll meet at the United States Embassy.
What are you looking for?
My gloves.
Why? It's only 35.
That's right, I forgot. We're having a heat wave.
What I'm trying to say is that I've had a wonderful time, but it is getting a little late. I don't know what I'm saying.
But, Mother...
Corie, I'll call you in the morning. Good night, Paul. Good night, Mr. Velasco.
Night, Paul.
Mr. Velasco, you're not going to?
Of course, I'm driving Mrs. Banks home.
Oh no!
I mean, oh no, it's too late.
Too late for what?
The buses, they stop running at 2. How will you get home?
Why worry about that now? I'll meet that problem in New Jersey.
But it's such a long trip! Corie, isn't it such a long trip?
Not really. It's only about 30 minutes.
But it's such an inconvenience. Really, Mr. Velasco, it's very sweet of you,
Victor!
but... What?
If we're gonna spend the rest of the evening together, it must be Victor.
Oh.
And I insist the arrangement be reciprocal. What is it?
What is what?
Your name, Mother? It's Ethel.
Oh, yes, Ethel. My name is Ethel.
That's better. Now, are we ready to go, Ethel?
Well, if you insist, Walter.
Victor! It's Victor.
Yes, Victor.
If you don't hear from us in a week, we'll be in the National Hotel in Mexico City. Room 703. Let's go, Ethel!
What does he mean by that?
Well, how about that, mister? This is gonna be a fiasco tonight. He's taking her out all the way to New Jersey at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now that's what I'd like to call a complete gentleman. He hasn't even given a thought on how he's gonna get home. Maybe he'll sleep over. Hey, Paul, do you think... No, not my mother. But, then again, anything can happen with the Sheik of Budapest. Boy, what a night. Hey, Paul, I've got an idea. Let's take the bottle of scotch downstairs, ring all the bells, and yell police just to see who comes out of their apartments. Hey, Paul. What's the matter, darling? Aren't you feeling well?
What a rotten thing to do. To your own mother.
What?
Do you have any idea how she felt just now? Do you know what kind of a night that was for her?
She never said a thing to me.
You didn't see her sitting here 2 minutes ago. You were upstairs, the Hungarian Duncan Hines. Well, she was miserable. Her face was longer than the trip we took tonight.
It's not over yet.
She's too good a sport. She went the whole cockeyed way. Dragging a woman like that all the way out to the middle of the harbor for a bowl of sheep dip.
Ah, it was Greek bean soup, and at least she tasted it. She didn't jab at it with her knife, throwing cute little epigrams saying, I think there's someone in there.
That's right! That's right! At least I was honest about it. You ate 2 bowls because you're showing off for Al Capone at the next table.
What are you so angry about, Paul?
I just told you. I felt terrible for your mother.
Why? Where is she at this very minute? Alone, with probably the most handsome man she's ever met. Don't tell me that doesn't beat hell out of hair curlers and the Late Late Show.
Oh, I can just hear it now. What sparkling conversation. He's probably telling her about a chicken cacciatore he once cooked for the High Lama of Tibet. And she's sitting there, shoving pink pills in her mouth.
You never can tell what people talk about when they're alone.
Honestly, Corie, I don't understand how you could be so unconcerned about this.
Unconcerned. I'm plenty of concern. Do you think I'm gonna get 1 week of sleep until that phone rings tomorrow? I'm scared to death for my mother. But I'm grateful there's finally the opportunity for something to be scared about. What I'm really concerned about is you.
Me? Me?
I'm beginning to wonder if you're capable of having a good time.
Why? Because because I like to wear my gloves in the winter?
No, because there isn't the least bit of adventure in you. Do you know what you are, Paul? You're a watcher. There are watchers in this world and there are doers. And the watchers sit around watching the doers do. And tonight you watched and I did.
Yeah, well, it was harder to watch what you were doing than it was for you to do what I was watching.
You can't even let your hair down for 1 minute. You can't even relax for one night. Boy, Paul, sometimes you act like a...
What?
Like a...
Stuffed shirt?
I didn't say that.
That's what you're implying.
That's what you're anticipating. I didn't say you were stuffed shirt, but you are extremely proper and dignified.
I'm proper and dignified? When? When was I proper and dignified?
All right. The other night, at Delfino's. You were drunk, right?
Right, I was stoned.
Exactly. I didn't know you were drunk until you told me in the morning. You're a funny kind of drunk. You just sat there looking unhappy and watching your coat.
I was washing my coat because I saw someone else watching my coat. Look, if you want, I'll get drunk for you sometime. I'll show you a slob. Make your hair stand on end.
It isn't necessary.
Do you know in PJ Clark's last New Year's Eve, I punched an old woman? Don't tell me about drunks.
All right, Paul.
What else? When else was I proper and dignified?
Always. You always dress right. You always look right. You always say the right things. You're very close to being perfect.
That's a rotten thing to say.
Exactly. I have never seen you without a jacket. I always feel like such a slob compared to you. Before we were married, I was sure you slept with a tie.
No, just very formal sleeps.
You can't even walk into a candy store and ask for a Tootsie Roll. You have to walk up to the counter, point at it, and say, I'll have that thing in the brown and white wrapper.
That's ridiculous.
And you're not. That's just the trouble. Like Thursday night, you wouldn't walk barefoot with me in Washington Square Park. Why not?
Very simple answer. It was 17 degrees.
Oh, exactly. That's very sensible and logical, except it isn't any fun.
You know, maybe I am too proper and dignified for you. Maybe you would have been happier with someone a little more colorful and flamboyant, like the geek.
You'd be a lot more laughs than a stuffed shirt.
Oh, I thought you said I wasn't.
Well, you are now.
I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm not gonna listen. I got a case in court in the morning.
Where are you going?
To sleep.
Now? How can you sleep now?
I'm gonna close my eyes and count Nietzsche's. Good night.
You can't. We're in the middle of a fight. You can't go now.
Look, I'm just as upset as you are, Corie. But when I get tired, I sleep. And when I get hungry, I eat. You eat and sleep too. Don't deny it. I've seen you.
Not in the middle of a crisis.
What crisis? We're just yelling a little.
You don't consider this a crisis? It's suddenly very clear that you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
Why? Because I won't walk barefoot in the park with you in winter? You haven't got a case, Corie. Adultery, yes. Cold feet, no.
Don't oversimplify this. I'm upset. Can't you see that? I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry.
For Pete's sake, go ahead and cry.
Don't you tell me when to cry. I'll cry when I want to cry, and I'm not going to cry until you're out of this apartment.
What do you mean, Alice apartment?
You certainly don't think we're going to live together now, do you, after tonight?
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I want a divorce.
A divorce? What?
I'm sorry, Paul. I can't discuss it anymore. Good night.
Where are you going?
To bed.
You can't. Not now.
You did before.
That was in the middle of a fight. This is the middle of a divorce.
I can talk to you when you're hysterical. Good night.
Will you come out here? I want to know why you want a divorce.
I just told you why, because you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
What about those 6 days at the plaza?
6 days is not a week make.
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know what it means. All I know is I want a divorce.
You know, I think you really mean it.
I do.
You mean every time you have a little fight, you're going to want a divorce?
There isn't going to be any more little fights. This is it, Paul. This is the end. Good night.
Well, this shouldn't take me too long. I'll be out of here as soon as I can.
Take your time. Nobody's rushing you.
Is there any beer in the house? I said, is there any beer in the house?
Would you like me to look?
There's no beer in the house.
You know, that's my trouble. The beer? Yeah, I can drink 10 cans a night. Of beer.
Did my laundry come back yet? What does that mean?
It means your laundry came back today. They stuffed your shirts beautifully.
Would you like a drink? I said, would you like a drink?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Right.
Well, I'm almost done. One more little screw should do it. There, it's done. That didn't take too long now, did it?
No, thank you very much.
Hey, it's AT&T's pleasure.
I'm sorry to keep bothering you like this.
Listen, anytime.
I don't think I'll be needing you again.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. Yeah, phones keep breaking down now and then, but they always find a way of getting themselves fixed, if you know what I mean. Well, bye!
Are you gonna stay here again tonight?
I haven't found a room yet.
You've had all day to look.
I've been very busy. I work during the day, you know.
You could look during your lunch hour.
I eat during my lunch hour. I'll look during my looking hour.
There must be some place you could sleep. Why don't you sleep at your club?
It's not that kind of a club. It's a locker room and a handball court. And to sleep there, I'd have to keep winning the serve. Honestly, Corie, does it bother you if I stay here another couple of days?
It's your apartment too. Get out when you want to get out.
I see. Okay, Corie, when do you want me out?
Now, I want you out tonight.
Okay, fine! I'll be out of here in exactly 5 minutes. Is that soon enough for you?
Not if you can make it 2.
You just can't wait, can you? You just can't wait till I'm gone. I'm out of your life.
Right, so when do I get it?
Get what?
My divorce? When do I get my divorce?
How should I know? They didn't even send us our marriage license yet.
I'll get your jockey shorts.
You can leave the suits. I'll pick them up in the spring when they're dry.
You better ring the bell, because I'm buying a big dog tomorrow.
Fine, fine. Now you have someone to walk barefoot in the park with.
Hello? Yes, Aunt Harriet? No, Mother's not with me. Yes, she left about 2 in the morning. Why, what's wrong? What?
What is it?
Mother. My mother. Are you sure?
What is it?
No, I have no idea what could have happened. My phone's been out of order all day.
What's the matter?
All right, Aunt Harriet, don't get too excited. Yes, I'll call as soon as I hear.
What happened to your mother?
What happened to my mother? And you better not be here when I get back.
Yeah? Well, I've got a surprise for you. I'm not going to be here when you get back. Don't I get a goodbye? According to law, I'm entitled to a goodbye.
Goodbye!
Corie,
Oh my
now
God.
wasn't it? Was it your mother? Was it an accident? Corie, for Pete's sake, what happened to your mother?
Corie, it's not the way it looks at all! Corie, please, you have to talk to me. It's all just a big misunderstanding. Corie, please, you're not being very fair.
I'll make her believe me.
Now you see? Now are you satisfied? It's all right, Mother. I understand.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand at all.
As long as you're right, Mother.
No, Paul, you've got to believe me. Oh, this is awful. Somebody believe me.
Paul! Where's Paul?
Oh, Corie, there you are. I can explain everything. The bathrobe, the slippers, it's all just a big misunderstanding.
Did he go? Did Paul leave?
It happened last night when I left with Mr. Velasco.
He was right. Paul was right.
It must have been the drinks. I had a great deal to drink last night. I had scotch, martinis, coffee, black bean soup, and ouzoos.
You don't have to explain a thing to me, Mother.
But I want to explain. When I got outside, I suddenly felt dizzy, and I fainted. Well, I passed out in the slush.
I should have listened to him. This is all my fault.
Then, Victor carried me inside. I couldn't walk because my shoes fell down in the sewer.
You hear about these things every day.
Then he carried us upstairs. But then his beret fell over his eyes and he fell. He fell into apartment 3C. I fell on his foot. They had to carry us up.
I thought we'd have a nice sociable evening, that's all.
Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Calhoun, and Mr. Armando Reeves, they all carried us up.
Just some drinks, dinner, coffee, and that's all.
They set us down on the rugs. Oh, he doesn't have beds, just thick rugs. And then I fell asleep.
He was right. He was right about so many things.
But then when I woke up, Victor was gone. And I was there, in his bathrobe. I swear that's the truth, Corie!
You don't have to swear, Mother.
But I want you to believe me. I've told you everything.
Where are your clothes?
That I cannot tell you.
Why not?
Because you won't believe me.
I'll believe you.
You won't.
I will. Where are your clothes?
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
I told you you wouldn't believe me. Oh, this is the most humiliated I've ever been in my entire life.
Don't blame yourself, Mother. This is my fault. I did this to you.
And I had terrible nightmares. I dreamt my fingers were falling off because I couldn't make a fist. Oh, God, I looked like someone who woke up on the middle of the night on Andrea Doria.
Hello? Anyone home?
Oh, that's him. Corie, don't let him in. I can't let him see me like this. Not in his bathrobe.
Somebody, please!
All right, Mother. I'll handle this.
Tell him I'm not here. Tell him anything.
Mr. Velasco.
I'm sorry, but I needed an aspirin desperately. Oh! Hello, Ethel.
Oh, hello, Victor.
so.
Did you hear what happened to us last night? Did you tell her what happened to us last night?
Why? I mean, what happened to us last night? Oh, you mean what happened to us last night? Yes, I told her.
Here are your aspirins.
Thank you, but I'm feeling much better now.
I'll take them.
I have to go. I'm supposed to soak my foot every hour.
Oh my, is there anything I can do to help?
Yes. Yes, there is. Would you like to have dinner with me tonight?
Me?
If you don't mind eating plain food.
I love plain food.
Good. I'll call the New York hospital for a reservation. Pick me up in a few minutes. We'll have a glass of buttermilk before we go.
You'll never find me.
Oh, that's
So have I, Corie. I got all the way downstairs and suddenly it hit me. I saw everything clearly for the first time. I said to myself, this is crazy. Crazy! It's all wrong for me to run like this. And there's only one right thing to do.
really, Paul, what?
You get out!
What?
Why should I get out? I'm paying $125 a month for this. You get out.
But I don't want to get out.
I'm afraid you'll have to. The lease is in my name. I'll give you exactly 10 minutes to pack your goulash.
Paul, your coat. Where's your coat?
Coat? I don't need a coat. It's only 2 degrees.
Paul, are you all right?
You're dawdling, Corie. I want you out of here in exactly 10 minutes.
Paul, you're ice cold. You're freezing. What have you been doing?
What do you think I've been doing? I've been walking barefoot in the goddamn park.
Are you crazy?
No, but guess what I am?
You're drunk.
You finally noticed.
Lousy, stinking drunk.
Oh, gee, thanks.
You're burning up with a fever.
How about that?
You'll get pneumonia.
If that's what you want, that's what I'll get.
What I want is for you to get out of those shoes. They're soaking
I
wet.
can't. My feet have swelling.
I never should have let you out of here. I knew you had a cold.
Hey, Corie, let's do that thing you said before. Let's wake up the police and get all the rooms to come out of their crazy neighborhood. All right, everybody up.
Shut up. Will you get into bed? Get into bed.
You get it, Corie.
You're sick.
Not that sick.
Get away from me, Paul.
Come on, Corie, let's break my fever.
No.
The both of you.
No, I don't like you when you're like this.
Will you come out here? I want to know why you want a divorce.
I can't. I'm scared.
Of me?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's not you anymore. I want the old Paul back.
That fuddy-duddy?
He's not a fuddy-duddy. He's dependable, and he's strong, and he takes care of me, and tells me how much I can spend, and protects me from people like you. And I want him to know how much I love him. And I'm going to make everything here exactly the way he wants it. I'm going to fix the hole in the skylight and the roof in the ceiling, and I'll even put in a bathtub. And if he wants, I'll even carry him up the stairs every night so he knows exactly how much I love him. Paul? Paul! You idiot! Get down from there! You'll kill yourself!
I want to be a nut like everyone else in this building.
I don't want you to be a nut. I want you to come down!
I will. Just as soon as you've said it again, loud and clear.
What? Anything, Paul, anything!
My husband,
My husband,
Paul Bratter,
Paul Bratter,
rising young attorney,
rising young attorney,
is a lousy, stinking drunk.
is a lousy, stinking drunk, and I love him.
And I love you, Corie. Even when I didn't like you, I loved you.
Then please, darling, please come down.
I can't. Not now.
Why not?
I'm going to be sick.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Paul, don't move. I'll come out and get you.
Would you do that, Corie? Because I'm getting panicky.
Yes, of course, darling.
Corie.
What, Paul, what?
Don't leave me.
You'll be all right. Just don't move and try to be calm.
What should I do?
What should he do? Sing, Paul.
Sing?
Yes, sing as loud as you can, and don't stop until I come out there. Promise me you'll keep singing, Paul.
Yes, I promise. I'll keep singing.
And don't stop until I come out. I love you, darling. Keep singing, Paul. Keep singing.
Corie, what song should I sing? Shama, shama.
I love you, Paul.
I love you too, Corie.